Okay, imagine this. You've been trying to get ahead in life, right? You're working hard, you're doing all the right things, but it feels like you're just treading water while everyone else is leaping ahead. Or maybe you feel like you've been stuck on a plateau and you're wondering how to get to that next level. Well, what if I told you that in just 12 minutes, I'm going to share some fundamental principles that can help you get ahead of 97% of people. And it's not by working harder, but by working smarter and focusing on the right things. And that's right, it's not about being the smartest or the richest or even having the most natural talent. It's about being hyper aware and implementing a few simple yet profound rules. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Steve. I used to be a public school teacher and now I teach personal finance. And the principles I talk about today, they didn't just work for me, but they also work for countless friends and members of our community. Rule number 1, the 95-5 rule. You see, what most people perceive as success is often just the highlight reel. It's the fancy trips, the luxurious events, the social media glamour. But really, all of that is just the 5%. But what we're really missing, what they don't show you, is the other 95% of the story. Real success, lasting success, happens in the shadows. It's built on consistent, often boring daily actions over a long period of time. Think about your favorite athletes. A lot of people praise them for playing very well, but what they don't see are the countless hours spent practicing basic drills, footwork, shooting form, dribbling, long before the big game. And with these athletes, they don't get bored of the basics because they understand that mastery comes from consistency. And I really believe that this applies directly to your finances and building wealth. For me, when I started my tutoring business, it wasn't about me finding the one big client or the secret strategy right away. It was about consistently showing up, providing value, and learning the basics of marketing and sales to parents. I started at $15 an hour, and through consistent effort, through passing out flyers, business cards to people, getting rejected all the time, I eventually was able to scale my tutoring business to $100 to $200 an hour. It was the accumulation of consistent small wins that made the difference. Even when it comes to investing, it's the same thing. You don't need a lot of money to start. I often talk about the $25 rule where maybe you can invest $100 a month and then increase it by $25. So $125 the next month, and $150 the next month, and $175 the next month, and so on and so forth. And instead of chasing the next hot stock or crypto craze, I focused on low-cost S&P 500 ETFs. These are investments that basically track the overall markets, giving you broad diversification without the need of individual stock picking. And with the S&P 500 giving an average annual return of around 7 to 12%, this means that if you had invested just $100 consistently every month with a modest, just say 7% return, it could grow to over $250,000 in around 40 years. You see, the magic isn't in finding a secret investment. It's in the power of compound interest and consistent contributions, just like watering a plant every day so it grows into a huge oak tree later on. So you can ask yourself right now, what are the fundamental basics in your financial life that you can commit to consistently? You can automate your savings, make regular contributions to your 401k and Roth IRA, and watch how those small consistent actions build incredible wealth over time. Rule 2, using discomfort as motivation. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable: change. People usually only change when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change, and this is a powerful psychological trigger. Many of us avoid looking at our bank accounts or credit card statements, especially when money feels tight. We might let bills sit unopened or avoid logging into our budgeting apps because we're scared of what we'll see. And yeah, I totally get it. I've been there. During COVID, I remember seeing my Uber Eats bill hit around, $1,000 in 1 month. It was pretty uncomfortable to face, but that discomfort was a catalyst for change. Ignoring your finances gives you a false sense of safety, but it only builds pressure and makes future decisions harder. Once you confront those numbers, maybe your income, your debt, your spending, you gain more awareness and ownership. It might be uncomfortable at first, but it's the first step towards making informed, intentional decisions with your money. I sometimes like to think about Jim Rohn's quotes. There are 2 types of pain you will go through in life: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline weighs ounces, while regret weighs tons. The temporary discomfort of cutting back on unused subscriptions, cooking more meals at home, and yes, I still do this today even though I'm a millionaire, or pausing non-essential purchases pales in comparison to the regret of not starting to save for retirement until it's too late. To overcome this, you need to use that discomfort as fuel. Visualize where you'll be in 12 months from now if nothing changes. Same job, same money stress, same financial routine. If that vision makes you feel uneasy, then good. Use that feeling to take action today. today. That time is going to pass regardless. So the question is, where are you going to be when it does? So embrace the discomfort, calculate your financial numbers, and make a plan. Rule number 3, the power of beliefs. This rule delves into money psychology, and it's about understanding the Pygmalion effect. This is basically the idea that people perform in line with the expectations they have of themselves. It also ties into what's called confirmation bias, where your brain actively looks for evidence to confirm what you already believe to be true, whether it's actually true or not. If you believe there's a scarcity of money in the world, or that investing is only for the rich, your brain will find reasons to support that belief. You might start holding on to every dollar, avoid taking any calculated risk, and resist investing because of a fear of failure. This leads to a scarcity mindset, which can keep you trapped. For me, I learned that a key part to achieving financial freedom is shifting from a scarcity mindset to a growth mindset. When I first started, I know this is kind of embarrassing to say, but I used to stash my cash in a shoebox, and I was genuinely misunderstanding how much money I was losing to inflation. It was a belief that money was safer under my bed than in the market. And of course, that belief limited my potential, and it wasn't until I changed that belief that I truly started to see growth. If you choose to believe in opportunities and abundance, your brain will start to seek out for those opportunities. Now hold on, this doesn't mean being naive. It means being open to learning, to growth, and to taking calculated actions. As Henry Ford famously said, whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you're right. Your beliefs are a powerful lens through which you see the world. So challenge your limiting beliefs about money. If you think you need $1 million to start investing, you're never going to start. But if you believe you can build wealth with small, consistent steps, you'll find the resources and the path to do it. And if you're someone who wants to start taking action today and start investing, but you don't know where or how to start, you can join my beginner's investing class. I'll share with you how I started as a teacher and how I diversified my portfolio. I'll leave the link in the description. Rule 4, the 1 in, 2 out rule. Many people, including my younger self, believe that saving every single dollar, doing everything yourself, is the smartest way to save money. I used to spend days watching tutorials on how to build a website or design a logo, thinking I was being smart by saving money. But what I realized was that I was saving money at the expense of my most valuable resource: time. You see, you can always find a way to make more money, but you can never make more time. And the thing is, a lot of rich people, they understand this. They spend money to save time, allowing them to focus on high value activities that actually move the needle in their lives and businesses. So here's how you can apply this. You can calculate your hourly rate. Let's say that you earn, $100,000 and you work 40 hours. Well, your hourly rate is going to be $50 an hour because, $100,000 divided by 2,000 hours is $50 an hour. Now, if there's a task that you need to do that you can outsource to someone or something like maybe AI for less than $50 an hour, then yeah, you should absolutely do it. Personally, I've incorporated this by leveraging tools like ChatGPT and Google Notebook LM as an assistant for idea generation and content outlines. It saves me hours that I can then reinvest into creating more valuable content for all of you guys. And really, all of this is about working on the right things, not just working harder. And this relates to my tutoring business journey, where as I scaled, I realized that my time was better spent teaching groups and creating educational content rather than handling all the admin tasks or tutoring one-on-one sessions. By focusing on higher leverage activities, I maximized my income and freed up my time. So what you can do is identify tasks that take up a lot of your time but don't align with your highest value work. In terms of finances, can you automate a bill payment? Could you use an app to manage your budget instead of manually doing it on a spreadsheet? Could you even outsource a household chore to free up time for learning a new marketable skill? The best thing that you can do for yourself, in my opinion, is to make time your ally, not your enemy. Rule 5, moving from low to high accountability. This rule is really about increasing your impact and value. The path to getting ahead involves moving from positions where you are easily replaceable to positions where you provide unique, high accountability value. So truthfully, many entry-level jobs are limited responsibility positions with limited growth potential. High accountability positions, on the other hand, demand unique skill sets and come with greater responsibilities. You see, as a former public school teacher, I know what it's like to be in a position where skills are valuable, but the impact can feel limited in certain ways. However, with my teaching experience, my teacher credentials, and my master's in education, it gave me credibility that I leveraged into my tutoring career and eventually into Call to Leap, this channel right here. I learned to solve problems for parents and students and then scale that solution. So if you want to provide unique value in today's world, think about combining your main skills with supporting skills that amplify your impact. So you can imagine someone who's a great personal trainer. That's their core strength. But imagine if they also learn how to film short videos, write compelling captions, and understand how Instagram's algorithm works. Suddenly, they're not just a great trainer, they're a content creator who can attract more clients, build a personal brand, and even sell digital products online. And really, this is the power of skill stacking. You don't need to master everything, you just need to be good enough at complementary skills that help you stand out. And for me, it was combining my teaching experience with marketing and sales. Once I learned how to communicate online, my income multiplied. I wasn't just a teacher anymore, I became someone who could educate, attract, and convert. So for you, you can look for ways to expand your skills beyond your core expertise. So you can ask yourself, what complementary skills can you acquire that would make you indispensable? This isn't just about certifications, it's about continuously learning, reading, and building skills because knowledge is truly power. And if you're ready to take action and change your finances in 6 months, watch this video here.